Welcome to OreoOlive.com. You know, Oreo olives don't mix, but the abstract thought of putting those two words together has enlightened me to create a channel to discuss various topics. So I want to bring something back to the table that I have not heard of in a long time, but I thought that it would be such a great time to introduce this new particular way and topic that we need to bring back in the form in the dating atmosphere to be able to vet the people that we so-called are going to either date or bring or introduce a further commitment to in terms of marriage and a relationship. But I want to look at the idea of why men should reintroduce their new girlfriend to the family for a tough vetting process. Now, you see so many videos of men out there who will say, hey, I found out that the chick I was dating was a gold digger. She's only want me for my money and all those kind of things. But if you ever look at those particular NFL droughts, and I'm not a sports fan, but if you ever watch them, you will always see sometimes the mother may not approve of the girlfriend who is dating her son before he gets drafted. And I just started to think, what if this particular type of viewpoint was brought on early on to prevent future divorces, the men being taken advantage of by the women who are wanting to come into the viewpoint for marriage? Like, how can this be taken seriously? And so men a lot of times and people are going to continue to date on their own without their family helping them vet or consult with families. This may not be 100% exact, but just I just want you to just really think about it and just see if it makes sense. And ladies, I want you to take this into perspective, ladies. If your brother was doing well, if your brother was someone of value or higher value who is in the mix of making it big, are they doing very well for themselves, would you want them to pick the girlfriend or wife that is going to best represent and pair with him to be able to build a family with, and not someone who's just dating your brother just because he has money? That's the mindset that I want you to think about. But in modern dating, men often make relationship decisions alone, and that a lot of times go without consulting with the family. But in the end, we all know people are going to choose who they want to choose without they getting their family involved, because what goes on in their home, they kind of want to keep it within the midst of themselves so their family doesn't look at their future spouse a specific way. Now, historically, family involvement, and I want you to keep this in mind. What I want you to keep in mind is historically family involvement was crucial in helping men avoid emotionally driven mistakes and to ensure that they have a strong foundation to build their families. And that is my whole point in the videos, is being able to provide people with some different ways of thinking and just putting it on the table, and you choose whether you want to read the book or not. But encouraging family vetting can help filter out red flags and validate a woman's character beyond the surface level attraction, because men look at a woman and they say, man, she is very attractive. That's the one I want to be with. But then another woman, particularly in your family, may be able to help you avoid costly mistakes that can come down the line. Now, for the men who don't have sisters out there, I'm sure you have aunties at some point, or you may have some people that are very, very close bonded into your family who may not be really family, but they're closely bonded, in order to help you figure out those red flags. Because we like to look at the surface level, but we don't like to look what's underneath that. Like long term, 6+ months in, what is this person really like? Now, the family as a reality check is a man's family sees what he may be blinded by in terms of emotions and infatuation. Because say if that man is with a woman who's a 9 or a 10, he is physically attracted to her, she exercises, she's very feminine, she has all these things, and he's looking at it from that point, he is going to want to move forward based on how the woman looks. But his family has no invested value in that. They want to make sure that he is okay. So why wouldn't he want to bring her around the family so they can air her out in terms of seeing and talking with her and interviewing her? What is the reason? What are your intentions with my son? Because fellas, you better believe the ladies' dads are going to ask you those questions. Their parents, their siblings, their close relatives, they're going to ask those questions. But your relatives are going to have a keen sense of compatibility, long-term potential, and hidden red flags in a partner. Now, I like to look at it from the perspective of the ones that have either been married or married, being able to provide the advice, because people who have been married before or currently married are going to be able to provide you some insight that people who have never been married can provide. And you want to be able to make sure that you're going to choose somebody who is going to have those deeply rooted in love, and like, you may be rooted, fellas, in love and perfection of that person, but you want to ensure that, yeah, when your family's looking at this person, that they're choosing them to figure out, okay, do they align with my brothers or my cousins' lifestyle and their values? Because avoiding the wrong type of woman, fellas, is some women can present a polished exterior. Nails can look good, hair can look good, outfit can look good, and all that, but they may not have the genuine intention or compatible values that you are actually looking for, because you're blinded by what you actually see, the makeup, the wig, all of that. But who truly is she? Now, the family, you better believe the family is going to observe some subtle behaviors. They're going to be looking at the interactions of how you all are interacting with one another. You better believe your grandma over there going to be looking at her sideways, trying to figure out and see what is her true intention and nature with my grandson. Because if you have a very deep rooted family, you are going to want to make sure that they are around, at least meet this person, so they can see what is going on. Because they may have seen them somewhere out in public with somebody else, and then now she's with you, and they just want to protect you. But strengthening that relationship that you have through the family approval is not the means that your family's approval is the end all be all, but your family may be able to input some suggestions or some things that they found and seen, and they may be able to talk to you about that, because that way they're going to ensure that a woman who respects the woman that you're with, if she respects your family, then, and if she respects the values and their opinions, it's more likely going to be serious about the relationship. But if your mom don't like her and your dad don't like her, it's going to be a problem. But you may still move on with it anyway, and that's fine, because strengthening the relationships through family approval is when that woman builds a positive relationship with that man's family. It creates a sense of unity and support. Now, what if the man still wants that woman, and the woman doesn't approve of his family, the woman doesn't like his family? Could it work out? Possibly. Very rare that that happens, but a strong family bond can lead to a healthy long-term relationship and make conflict resolution easier, because the good woman is going to appreciate being welcomed into the family and not resist it, because she can look at that and say, you know what, I can see if she can look at it and say, well, if we get married down the line, I know his family is going to be able to help us in the event if we have kids. They can the woman can look at, a woman's going to be constantly evaluating it. Even when that man is asleep, that woman is going to be evaluating the whole situation. But the signs that that woman may not be a good fit, fellas, is one, if she's disrespectful towards the family, if she's dismissive, or she avoids family involvement, family dinners. It can indicate future relationship struggles, because there will be a point where, say, fellas, your mom says, hey, I want, to be able to, I want us to have dinner every Sunday after church. And say your wife decides, or your girlfriend says, well, you know what, I want to start doing some me time for us on Sundays. How you gonna handle that? And see, when if she's able to see that process, what I want for all of you to have is a successful relationship, to where you are able to bring the person that you're with around your family, and you all can have some family time, and y'all are closely knitted. So by the time that you all, if you decide to get married and have kids and build a family together, that man, that woman, the kids, you have a place that you can go on Sundays. You have a place you can go on the weekends to be able to spend with your family that you have, because that is so important. Now, the second piece of that, resistance to accountability. A woman unwilling to be vetted by the family might got something to hide because who's to say one of your cousins, your sisters, your aunties may have seen her somewhere, may have seen something that's not right, and she may want to fill you in and let you know what's going on. But then it can also, with the third point being that the lack of interest in family values themselves is if she shows no interest in her upbringing, her traditions, if you're married outside the culture or close relationships, it can signal some kind of misalignment that could have taken place at some point down in there. And that's what we have to be able to look at. We have to be able to see it from that point. And so overall, if you don't see anything else, I most definitely want to encourage you men out there to make wise relationship decisions. If you want to build with someone, build with them early before you make it big. Build with them early because you want to make sure that you prioritize long-term compatibility over short-term attractions. Now, the person that you with, you got to make sure that they integrate well into your family, man. They have to be able to integrate well in there to where your family likes them, your family enjoys being around them, your family is more likely to be in a position to be able to be like you want to make sure that that person is definitely trustworthy, they're supportive, and they're most definitely a lifelong companion to you as you all move throughout the rest of your life. So if you got the families out there that are like this, make sure that your family should be more welcoming but honest. They're not sugarcoating anything. They're guiding you through this through a wise position that they're coming from without forcing it down your throat to make some decisions that you shouldn't have to make. You should never have to choose between the person you're dating and your family. So overall, you don't take anything out of this particular message. Make sure that you understand that, fellas, bringing the person you're dating, that girlfriend around family is not about seeking approval, but it is about gaining valuable insight from those who know you best, those who love you the most, those who are going to be with you through thick and thin, those that are your blood. They're going to make sure that a strong relationship is going to be able to benefit from a strong foundation. And family is a crucial part of that foundation. So, people, once again, love the episode. Definitely tap into the comments below, like, listen, and subscribe, OrioOlive.com. Look forward to bringing more content to you all soon.